Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to today's live analysis for Bank Nifty. Today is the 26th of April 2023. The current time is 9:02 a.m. IST. And first, let me just quickly start with the bigger picture. So what I mean by bigger picture is starting with the monthly profile and where the price is developing, where is the supply, where is the demand, where is the inventory, because ultimately what market does is just moving inventory. So what I mean by moving inventory is moving inventory from sellers to buyers and buyers to sellers, so that's what the actual function of market is. Okay. So overall, we are having since last, so this was the bigger range, a 5-day range. We had a breakout, basically a short covering. So this is what happened on Monday, and yesterday is where we had a sort of shorts which were trying to cover. And the reason why I'm saying the shorts were trying to cover is, first of all, we have this single print zone. So for me, this single print zone, so this is zooming in. So we have got one single print here and also one more single print here. But for me, this is a bigger single print zone, and this single prints indicates that the supply or the sellers are trapped. Okay. So those who sold in the lower distribution, they were trying to exit. Yesterday, the reason why we are having a balanced profile is shorts who got trapped in Monday's auction, in Friday's auction, they are the ones who were actually trying to exit the price and the exit and book their losses. Okay. But overall, we had a nice balanced day. We have got two tick excess on the high, and I think about 42,800 is where the supply again came in. This was the retracement, and then we also have a poor low. So odds are higher that we would be taking out this poor low. The pre-open data will be out in next 2 minutes. We'll look at where the price opens. But as the price opens lower, I won't be looking to short unless and until the single print zone is getting cleared. So if the price opens below the single print, so what I mean is, below 42,500, because 42,500 being a psychological level, there were short covering which happened Monday, so a lot of short orders or supply are trapped, sellers are trapped, and they would be, as the price will be reaching lower below 42,500, they will be the ones who will be jumping, and they will be trying to book their positions. So I'm expecting, as the price is moving lower, I'm expecting some sort of responsive buying or aggressive buying, and those buying will be mainly from the shorts who are trapped from the Monday's auction and the Fridays and this 5-day balance auction which has happened. Okay. So that's the overall plan. And lastly is, we are having supply above. That's where, so 42,800, 43,000, those are the areas where, again, supply is present. And more stop losses, or I would say not stops, but more buyers are getting their positions accumulated below 42,500. So again, 42,500 is an important level. Thirdly is, from the yearly chart, we are seeing some exhaustion from the the upper distribution. So that's where we saw supply coming in, and let's see how the price reacts, because this entire zone is the zone where the supply is trapped or the sellers are trapped, and as the price is going to reach lower, expect responsive buying, and that's what my overall trade action or my plan is. And if you want to know where exactly those sellers are trapped, so if you see this red or this pink box, this is the zone. So from 42,467 to 42,279. So you can safely assume above 42,255 to 40. So this 200 point range is where the supply is present, and that's where above it we have a single print zone. So this is going to act as some level of support, a minor support, and that is one of the trade plan which I will be having, and which I'll be looking at. So the pre-open data will be out. But more or less, we did got some rejection from the balance. We closed in the balance. So I'll just remove this anchored VWAP, and we are below is the HDFC supply meter, above is the Bank Nifty supply meter. But overall, we are in a crucial zone where the supply is gonna get exhausted. So that's what I'm looking at, and for me the levels which I'll be looking at is so let the pre-open data. So the pre-open data is out. We are opening at 42,559. 42,500 is the zone, for me is a critical level. So I'll just 42,500, right? So I'll just combine that with the OI data. Okay. So the pre-open data is at 42,559, and let me just quickly look at the HDFC Bank. Is it opening flat or is it opening? Yeah. So HDFC Bank is opening negative. Yeah. So look for a small dip. So my trade plan is I'll be looking for a small dip, and then I'll be looking to see whether what happens at 42,500, because this is the zone where a lot of put positions have been created. So if you see, this is the okay. So let me first start with the open interest chart. Okay. So these are the orders which are open and which will be getting executed. So the last traded price was 42,678. Now we are opening below 42,600. So if you see this zone, this is where a lot of put orders, they will be executed 42,600, and this is a bigger barrier or a support that is at 42,500. So what I'm expecting is let the price go lower and watch the reaction at 42,500, because I am looking for some responsive buying at this particular level. More or less, the supply-o-meter is telling me that this is a good zone to have a quick long trade, buying the dip. But as the market is opening, I won't be chasing it. I'll be waiting. I'll be looking at the order flow numbers, and then I'll be seeing what is happening. So 42,500 is the major level of support, and if I just look at the change in OI, so this will change once the price opens. But 42,500 is where about 73 lakh positions, or I don't know, 73 lakh, or is it 7 lakh? But there were about this many positions which were created. Let me just see. So 42,500 here it is 3,64,000. So from 3,64,000 it went to 42,500. 3 lakh went to 7 lakh. Okay, so there was an increase in the overall contract. So a lot of positions have been built at 42,500. So that is the reason why that I'm just using simple data and making a decision based on that. So 42,500, again I'm repeating again and again. And lastly is there are certain numbers. So 42,500 is the level where about 5k buyers were present. So I'll just show you that chart, and these are those big shorts who exited. So odds are higher that this will act as a level of level of support. So what will happen is the price will slowly come down, and then it won't hit. There will be some front running happening, and then there will be an up move. So that's the overall reaction which I'm looking at. And even though the delta is positive, but let's see the price which will open in next 4 minutes. But structurally, yes, we have got a poor low. This will be getting repaired, and 40 to 540, so 540 is a single print zone. So 540 till 504, so this is the entire single print zone, and I'm expecting some sort of responsive buying, and 40 to 500 to act as again a level of a level of support. Okay, so this level should hold. Failure to hold. So one example, or one thing which you can see is how big the candle is. If it is a big candle, if it is a big red candle, this is an indication of that this level is not going to hold. A lot of sell positions have been created. So if this type of candle formation happens, then I'll be changing my bias, or then 42,500 will be acting as the level of resistance. Yeah. So look at the range of the first opening candle. That's what I'm looking at. So 42,559, and we are opening 119 points, 0.28. That's fine. So look at how we'll observe, how big the candle is. We also have a prominent point of control. So 42, anything above, that if I just look from the OI data, right? So 42,700 is where a lot of put positions have been trapped. But yeah, a lot of I would say a good day to observe the price action right from the market open, and based on that, we'll just wait and watch. So today, being Wednesday, also we might expect some sort of sideways development, and it can also happen that the price is just chopping in a range. So in a tight range of 100 points or 200 points. So 500, 600 or 500, 700, that 200 point range, that can also happen. Okay, so as the price is opening at 42.5, so I'll look at 42.400 call, and I'll be looking at 42.56. I'll be looking at 42.700 put. Okay, so 42.400 C and 42.700 P, those are the areas which I'm looking at. And what has happened overall is both there was selling happening in both the directions. Okay, so the price is going to happen open in next 30 seconds. So this is the clock here. If you see, this is the clock on my cursor, and let's see, so a nice day to observe and see how the price and whether the price develops as per my understanding or not. So I'll just close this chart and we'll look. So we have a stop at 42,600, and there are a couple of stops here. Yeah, so all these stops will be getting cleared. Okay, so this stop is cleared now. This stop is cleared. And it just looked below, and it is just now just hovering around it. That's fine. So there are a couple of stops cleared, and now it is above 42,600. Okay, so and see the move now. It is happening above 42,600. It is now going higher. Okay, so it failed to move open lower, right? That's what I wanted to share, and yeah, here the data is still coming out. But yeah, look at the from 642 to 537. That is a range of what is the range? Yeah, this is a 100-point range. Gone in just a couple of seconds. Right at the open. Okay, so we are seeing now some supply coming in. So let me just hit refresh to this chart. And what is happening to calls? The call is negative, the put is positive from the delta perspective. So what is the low here? Low is 42,541. Yeah, so this is exactly at that level. This is the low, 42,541, and that's where the yellow line is. So that's where my levels are helping me to gauge and understand. So yeah, so good call selling is happening. That's fine. So what we are seeing is rejection from previous day's low. Okay, so there is no big volume coming in. We have a resistance zone at 42,663 in futures. Delta is flat, delta is positive, but we are just hovering at 42,600. Why is it so? Also, that is a previous week high or previous week's range high. Yeah. So again, an important data point. sellers are trying to come in, but I'm not seeing bigger volumes coming in, so I'll be just waiting and watching. We did took out the stop, previous day's stop, and the price is developing above previous day's low, and that's where the transactions are happening right now. So one good trade can be, you can take a long trade, right now, keeping your stop loss at this half back, or just 2 point stop loss. That's what I suggest. If it fails, that's fine. But that market generated information is going to tell you that the supply is currently present in the auction. So the stop loss would have been hit, and now we are developing lower. And see where the price stop, exactly at the single print level. So this is where the shorts are the ones who are covering, and they are doing some sort of responsive buying. Okay, so now we are seeing a drop, but we are at a level where supply will be getting exhausted. 42,600 is the area of resistance now based on the OI data. Now let's see whether we have continuation to the lower end or not. And I'm looking at the reaction at this level. So the first trade which I shared, it failed. Stop loss would have hit, and there is some small supply here, resistance sort of a thing. So I'll just mark this as red. Now my trade plan is, if it goes above, then I'll be taking a long trade. But now, yeah, let it go low, let it go lower. So delta has shifted to negative. We are now entering into the single print zone. Okay, and coinciding with this data, so this is that single print zone. That's where a lot of supply is trapped, and they will be the ones who will be book their profits, and book their losses or whatever. Okay, so why isn't price going lower? That's the question which you have to ask. So yesterday I was looking at a good video. I forgot the name, but one is Stephen Hawking. He's the market profile person from Pete Steidelmeier and Chris Cady. So a good interview about them. And one of the things which they shared is, one of the most important thing to observe or to understand is what is not happening. So we always focus on what is happening. So we see that the low is acting as resistance. So this is what is happening. But what I am interested in is what is not happening. Why isn't price breaking this low or this zone? Why is the price? So why is it? So this is happening, but yeah, it should not happen. But if you see, we are just now developing sideways, choppiness. So shorts are the ones who are exiting. So this is a good area to take a long trade. And let me see. So we are at 42,547, 42,400. So this is a good zone to take a long trade. 272 or 271. You can buy your calls, and your stop loss will be this low, the current low. Yeah. So you can still start buying, and you can exit at 256. And now once the price goes higher, you can just start trailing your SL or this. So 271, 272, that was your buying price. One option is you can exit at 280. Now you would argue that okay, this is a 10-point range, but capturing 10 points just during the opening move with couple of lots, you can make wonders, or that can be a career making move. Yeah. So what is happening is, what is not happening is the price is not breaking, so that is what is happening. And now we are reversing to the upside. Yeah. So now the call should be moving higher. So we are still in our price range. And let me just go back to the market profile chart, and now we are again going back to 42,600. That is acting again as a level of resistance, but this will be broken. So there are a lot of call positions being written at 42,600, about 18 lakh call positions and 14 lakh put positions. So good day to observe. Now another data point which I have is, we have got one more area where the supply is coming in, and we are just hovering around this zone. Okay, so I'm expecting a reversal. Let's see. So we are seeing supply again coming in, and if I just go to the call chart, so this will be in loss. So we bought it at 271, 272. We are in a loss now. Let's see, what happened. So the 256 was the stop loss. If you want to be a bit careful, you can have 260 or this candle low. So let this candle close, and you can have that particular low. Okay, put is increasing, but it's not increasing with good numbers. So we're just chopping in this 100-point range. Sorry, not even 100. Yeah, this is the 100-point range. We are just chopping in the A period. I'm seeing now supply again coming in. Delta is also flat. Yeah. So some sort of reaction is going on. Positions are getting accumulated. Shorts are also being covered. Okay, so I'll just pause for now, and let's just observe this. Okay, so this stop loss has hit. That's fine. So it has broken here. So that plan did fail, but I would still be in a trade. Because it has not broken this level. Okay, now what I'll be doing is I'll be waiting for the price to go above this. Then we can take another long trade. Here already the price has started to develop, and we are at the previous high, so some sort of reaction would be happening at this level. Okay, so I will be looking for a long trade. So 261, 263, 262, those are the zones which I'll be looking. So 260, and the stop loss is 255. Yeah, the 10-point. So supply is definitely coming in. I am seeing supply is pretty strong. We did look above it but failed. Okay, delta is increasing, supply is coming in, but the price is not going lower. Yeah, so the buying which you see right now are the shorts, basically the trapped supply, which are currently closing up their positions. Okay, so it has cleared. Now some downfall will happen. Again, the second trade also, the stop loss would have been hit. That's perfectly fine. I would again re-enter a long trade. So supply is coming in now. These are the laggards which are coming in. Let them come. Let them build the positions, because this is the zone. This is the zone where a lot of responsive buying will be happening. Yeah. So this is where this is a career making move, a trade. Now let it fall. Let it fall. So you can start adding, building up your positions, one lot here, one lot here, one lot here, up to 40 to 500. Okay, so we are seeing supply coming in now. We are into the single print zone. Okay, so you can add one more position, 235. Add one more position, still at 235. Now I'm looking for the price to reach above this and then have a short covering move. Yeah, because we do have unfinished auctions and a gap. Yeah, so I'm waiting for this price to go above this zone, and this is giving me that the supply is the ones who are covering, the shorts are the ones who are covering, front running is happening. We are still at 235, no major change here. So I hope you are learning something new in terms of how to decode the market and how to take decisions, which are the trade locations and where you can enter, exit, where you can put stop losses. Okay, so this is a minor support zone. Okay, there are 1K buyers here and then we have got 5K buyers. So using the data to take some decisions, see the buying is happening here. Add one more, add a couple of positions here also. We have now a gap which will be filled. Okay, so 40 to 500 is the level. We have tagged it, still have a single print zone. So we look below and now we should continue. Should we continue lower or should we fail and continue higher? That's what I'm looking at. So slowly and steadily, the supply is coming in. Sellers are getting trapped. So now I'm expecting price to reverse because this zone has been tagged. And you see the wick here. And now I'm looking for this zone to be cleared and have some sort of short covering move. So we are back to the 235, our buying price. Now let's see if it closes this. Okay. Supply is again coming in, but 40 to 500 has been tagged. So if you see the move, right, price opened lower, went higher, then it is right now tagging the liquidity area. So 40 to 500 is a psychological level. Plus, from the open interest perspective, a lot of positions were created, and we are just closing or just developing about that particular level. And we now have stacked supply or the stacked sellers. Okay, now let's see whether we get short covering or not. So here it will be again 225 to 26. Yes, again I'll be reloading here. So stacked supply, so the sellers are the ones who are trapped here. Everyone is trying to sell. It failed to break the 42,500 level, and now we are seeing some sort of short covering move. Okay, the prices are going higher, but I don't know why the options. Okay, the options are now moving. Okay. So just delete this. We also have got one zone here. One more zone below. Good fight is going on. So here again we are back to 225. One, two, three, four stacked, so 4 areas of supply. We are still developing lower now. So the entire move got negated. So looks like my analysis or my thought process has been negated. Okay. Now what I'm looking at is, let 42,500 broke, let it break. Because I'm still convinced that this is a major area of support for tomorrow's expiry. We are not having sellers coming in now. We are having 0 buyers. Some sort of exhaustion is seen from the order flow. Good activity from Delta. So our 2.5k supply is there. Now we are breaking the 42,500 now. Let's see the intensity. So I'm looking at the tempo. Do we see a long kaboosh, those type of move, or do we see doji sort of candles? So this previous candle did give an indication of supply is there. So we did came to the above band. Now I'll be looking for a long trade. And that is what is happening. So 236, I'll be looking to buy. So it looked below and failed. Yeah, so still. And second band, let's go above the second band. We are above the second band. Now let's see if we reach the third band or not. $236. So yeah, this is slowly moving, and so we failure to go lower. Again, supply is reloading. Supply is coming in. But I am convinced that this now will act as level of support. We have got now trapped sellers. So we are having trapped sellers below the particular price. So they will be the ones who will be looking to exit as the price reaches there. So yeah, a good level, a good area to re-enter. So we bought it at 236, 237. We are still in this range. Really good show by supply. They are coming in at higher levels. Now, if I look at the OI data, 40 to 500 is where a lot of now call positions are getting created. Those straddle players. So they are the ones who are creating those positions. Really very good move in terms of supply. So failed, the buyers got exhausted. Now it is now dropping lower. Again, the supply is getting absorbed. So I'm just looking at this zone, so this is that zone, because this is going to act as immediate support. So now the second try. Wow, nice short covering move. Still we are just developing sideways here. No major change in the call positions. Again, supply is coming in. Okay, so more call positions are coming in. Now it is breaking, trying to break this zone, but they are acting as the level of support. Okay, so we are in a sort of a balance zone. Now, if you want to look for a trade, wait for this level to break out. Your first target will be 629. If you want to look for a short trade, wait for this level to break out and your target will be 404. Okay, so we are just in a balanced range. Price, this is still acting as level of support. I'll just move this above. A nice sandwich happening between supply and demand. Okay, now put positions are getting created at 40 to 500. That is the reason why. So we are having a breakout now. This would also be breaking out. I don't know why the call positions, it's not updating here, but ideally the call should be. So we are seeing some sort of supply again coming in. Okay, and a very tight range, so it's neither going lower nor it is letting it go higher. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, more than 7 trapped, stacked sellers. So what is happening is supply is the one who is getting trapped here. They are coming in again at this balance level. So it failed to look above. Now it is trying to go lower. If you have taken this short trade, your stop loss will be here and your target will be this. Okay, so now it is failing. Now I'm looking for a big candle at 42,500. Let's see whether we get that or not. Yeah, I'll be looking for a short trade now. Clearly this will be broken. And this, so the 3 trades on call are in loss. Again, it is not able to break 42,500. Wow. There are 5k buyers here. There are trapped supply here. We also have a single print zone. So now you see the fall now happening. So this was that big candle which I was looking for. The single print zone has been cleared. Okay, so this has been cleared. I'm removing this and adding my stop level. Now this entire zone is supply zone. This will act as resistance. So any trade higher now is a sell on rise. So now this is a sell on rise. We would see supply at 42,500 now. And we have got stacked supply present overhead. Yeah, so I'm looking for this. So these are the gaps. This is that short covering move which happened. Okay, so the put position did work out. The 3 calls failed, one put work out. Yeah, so I hope you learned something new today. And yeah, so I'll again catch up with you tomorrow, and let's see how the price develops, and let's decode the overall auction. Okay, so thank you once again. Take care.